Yeah, don't stay up here all the time, though. I mean, oh, he jumped down. Oh, man. That was a really good position. I don't know why he jumped down. They ended up tying this game. They might have ended up drawing this game. I thought they lost. Maybe I was just a pessimist. Maybe I was just a pessimist. Soldier should be easy for you to take out. Shoot, flashbang, shoot. Don't waste too much time fighting him, though. Don't peek him. Don't peek him. Oh, no, this is where everything hits the fan. You cannot hide. Oh, you didn't hear him bang. I always ask, did he bang, or did he shoot, or did he fire? I always ask people that. Don't fight the soldier when he's ulting. Go flank around. You gotta get to that point, though. No, I don't mean no. Okay, hey, stop. Sombra. Spooky, right? Oh, I can't rewind. Well, it's not working. He should have gone left. What I'm trying to say is he should have gone left. Don't fight the soldier when he's ult. Alright, there was little chance at holding that point once the rest of your team died and stalling it out. It's very far from the spawn point. But what you could have done is not fought the soldier who was ulting here. You could have gone all the way around and still try to get the point. It's just the little things. Damn it. Watch play of the game because it's always fun to watch the play of the game. They did lose. Unfortunately, it was a very close game, though. Let's see this POTG. Did he get it? Maybe he did. I don't remember.
Attackers
well, we're going to talk about what he could have done and his team could have done better.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Junkrat triple kill. I do remember this. I do remember this. Play without music. It's really weird.
Ese Junkrat no jodió.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Alright, let's see. I actually want to see the stats. I've been waiting for the stats.
1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Ahora último.
So here we are at the stats, and I don't want these gold elims and gold damage done to fool you. Gold elims and gold damage done are fine when you're doing well. If you're stomping the enemy team or you're doing well, that they do. I can agree with them meaning something then. But when you're losing, you're the tallest. That's not socially acceptable to say. When you're losing, you're the best of the worst. So the gold medals don't mean much. If there was a way to compare your gold medals to the enemy team's medals, yeah, maybe, but even then it wouldn't be useful. Basically, when you're losing, don't want these people. Just take it on McCree the whole game. I'm not sure if I agree with that. That could have been for the purpose of gameplay for me, if that's the case. I wouldn't do that just to get good coaching for me. I would play like you would normally play a game. So, for one, maybe switching could have been a good idea. Tracer would have been great to take out the Mercy. It was a problem a few times. Genji, he's hard to play, could be as good as well. Winston can take out Mercy's very easy. You had one, maybe communicate that to me. Working on your aim, that's really important. There were some times where you used flashbangs to get kills. I think you should have been able to get without the flashbang. There was unnecessary rolling. Now, all in all, not a bad McCree. I think one thing that you should shoot for is getting this weapon accuracy up to 60% when the enemy team has a Reinhardt, and keep it around the same when they don't. I try to shoot for 65 to 70% accuracy. Now, that's crazy. I don't actually hit that amount. That's what I shoot for. That's like pro level accuracy. That's what I shoot for. You should be shooting probably for 60% until you get close to that, then you can raise it. Shoot for 60% accuracy when the enemy has a Reinhardt. Because when you're doing shield spam, which you were doing a little bit of, you kind of pad your accuracy stat. So when you had 52% accuracy, in reality, a lot of those shots went into a Reinhardt shield, which isn't the best. Now, there were also some situations in the end I didn't like here. I mean, maybe a little bit sooner. I think you could have played this a little bit better. You weren't really with the team. So right here, you're with your team, but in the end, I think you went up to that top area, but the soldier zoned you out super hard. Remember, the soldier was near the top right. The soldier zoned you out super hard. fall down. Like, fall not down to the point directly, but fall around. Find a different way back to the point where the soldier can't zone you as hard, because he was destroying you, and it shut you out of the point completely. Overall, not too bad. Hopefully these tips were helpful to you, man. If they were, be sure to leave a like down below if any of you enjoyed. And send your clips to CoachHawkOW@gmail.com for a chance at me reviewing them in a video like this. See you guys all later. Lone Hawk out.
Enemy turret ahead.
Come get your armor.
Mechanics in any game, especially shooters, are extremely important, and improving yours is potentially the best way to rank up and improve at the game. In today's video, we will be teaching you how to improve your mechanical play in Overwatch. We will cover many things from aim, to movement, to cooldown management, and more. We're going to start with aim. This is probably the biggest part of the video, but it is not the only part you should be interested in. You need a lot more than good aim to be mechanically good at Overwatch, or really any shooter. Now, I've made a video a while back talking about how to improve your aim. However, it was more based on settings in hardware and the things you need to do before you practice your aim. In today's video, we're going to talk about how you actually practice it. First, let's start off by differentiating the 4 different types of aim, which are important to know because you practice them all differently. Every weapon has one trait from each of 2 categories. The first category contains the 2 types of crosshair movement you will encounter and use: flick shooting and tracking. Flick shooting is the type of aim you use when you're playing as heroes with generally low fire rates, which require precision shots, like Widowmaker and McCree. Tracking is the type of aim you use with high fire rate heroes that output a stream of damage, like Zarya, Tracer, and Soldier 76. The second category contains the 2 types of projectiles that exist in Overwatch: hit scan and actual projectiles. Hit scan means bullets travel effectively instantly, so you don't need to lead your shots. You shoot it where someone is, not where they will be. McCree and Soldier 76 both use this. Projectiles mean you will need to predict your target's movement because the projectile actually has a travel time. Hanzo, Zenyatta, and Pharah have this. Now that we have these 4 basic categories in mind, let's talk about how to improve them. First, let's talk about flick shots with hit scan weapons. For this method of firing, I recommend practicing with headshots only turned on in a custom game versus bots. Anabots work great for this because they cannot headshot, so they cannot hurt you. When you first start practicing this form of aim, focus on landing headshots slowly. Go for accuracy instead of speed. Over time, as you become more confident with your aim, you can speed up the rate at which you fire, but make sure you're still focusing on accuracy and not speed. You gain nothing by shooting too fast while missing your shots. Now let's talk about flick shots with projectiles. These are potentially the hardest shots to hit because missing one means you miss a lot of damage. Hanzo is a perfect example of this. These are probably the hardest because not only do you need good aim, but you also need to be great at predicting enemy movement. For this, I would not recommend training against bots. In my opinion, bots move nothing like real people do. They are super predictable at some times, and then spaz out and move completely randomly for another few. While this is great for aiming with hit scan weapons, and to an extent projectile weapons, I don't think it's as good as practicing against real people. Even if they're bad, even if it's just some quick play people or just your friends and you have a custom game, even bad people move more like people than bots do. So I recommend trying to practice against people. When practicing against enemy people, really focus on their movement and try to fire your shots accordingly. The hardest part of flick shots with projectile weapons is the fact that you need to adapt in every game. While hit scan weapons aim the same way all the time, projectiles need to be fired differently against different enemies. Every single game, try to learn your enemy's movement patterns and you will excel at this style of aiming. Now let's move on to the next style of mouse movement, which is tracking. Tracking is easier than flick shooting for some people and harder for others, so there's no real way to say which is truly harder. However, I will say one thing. Tracking weapons are commonly much more forgiving than flick weapons, with some exceptions. If you miss a shot as McCree, you're missing out on a lot of damage. If you miss a shot or two as Soldier 76, it's not as big of a deal because you can correct your aim while you're firing and land the next few shots because he fires at a much faster rate. There are some exceptions, like I said. Tracer is one of them because she has very small magazines. So if you miss shots, you're going to be out of ammo and it's going to be pretty bad. To practice this type of aim, you don't even need to shoot if you want. Simply pick a spot on the wall or an object